I don't know if you can hear it, but I have some very Hispanic neighbors, and usually from 10 until they fall asleep, you just hear music from their house. And I'm on the side of the house that's like, out my window that way. About 10 feet is the wall of their house. And they're usually, I think, in that room because it's like, used to be a garage they converted to an entertainment room or something. And they do that from 10 on usually. And then they start doing it about 6 in the morning before they go to work. So I don't know if you can hear that. I might be talking about nothing. But what I am going to talk about today is YouTube Red. You know what? YouTube Red, which started today, I believe, or yesterday. YouTube Red is a new subscription service for YouTube that if you have Google Play Music, which is apparently a thing, I don't know. I don't know why I didn't know that. If you have Google Play Music subscription, then you automatically have YouTube Red. And what it is it lets you watch YouTube without any ads. Um, which sounds great. The problem is that right now it's sort of an experimental thing that YouTube is perfectly fine experimenting with because they have no risk. They know that for however much money people put into YouTube Red, it'll be split down the middle or some kind of split. It might be 50%, Google might get 45%, but all of that's going to them. And the other 50, 55% is going to the YouTubers. Um, and there have been videos from other people, bigger channels, because it all affects them a great deal. And some of them have pointed out that it also affects small channels like mine because the way that it works, normally, there's a transition period between, if somebody has a job and they want to be a YouTuber at some point, there's usually a point where they have to maybe get a part-time job and kind of transition into getting money from YouTube because they don't have as much time to make content when they have a full-time job. Well, the way things are changing with the money, that makes that gap even bigger. The transition even harder to go from conventional job to YouTube job. The way that the money is going to be split up, it's going to be, the 45 or 50%, or the 55 or 50% that's going to the creators. What happens is everybody that pays for YouTube Red, it gets put in a big pile. Then half the pile goes off to YouTube. The other half gets divided between all of the YouTube partners that have signed up for this service, depending on how many minutes of their content have been watched. So if there's $1 million and 1 million minutes of YouTube were watched, then per minute, $1 would go out per minute to whatever. So if you watch 30 minutes of one person and 10 minutes from another person, and you pay your $10, and that's all you watch is just like 30 minutes of one person, 10 minutes of another person, then of your $5, like you pay $10, 5 goes to YouTube. The other 5, why did I pick? I'm gonna make it simpler. Let's say you watch 30 minutes of one guy, 20 minutes of one guy, and 10 minutes of another guy. Then of your $5 that's left after YouTube takes their money, $3 would go to the 30-minute guy, $2 would go to 20-minute guy, and $1 would go to 10-minute guy. So that automatically favors people who make longer content. You look at Markiplier, he puts out 2 Let's Play videos a day that are normally like half an hour. That's an hour of content a day. Sometimes he does little weird videos or vlogs, which could make that fluctuate, but that's kind of the normal for him. Then you look at Game Grumps, they put out 3 videos a day, and their 3 videos are between 10 and 15 minutes. So even if they put out 3 15-minute videos, that's still 45 minutes, so Markiplier will make more than them just if they both got the same amount of views. So obviously this favors channels that have longer videos. And if you're smart, you've already realized what this means for me. I do a thing called massive scores sometimes. And those, the whole joke behind them is that they're supposed to be like, you know, I gave something a 2 out of 10 that was like a knee-jerk reaction to a single thing in the game, and that's it. Like, what was it? I never made this one, but I was like, Need for Speed Rivals is a pretty good game, but the whole time I was waiting to see Aaron Paul. Where's Aaron Paul? 2 out of 10. I would have to put out 120 massive scores a day to get, just to put out the same amount of content that Markiplier does. None of this factors in the effort, because the effort that it takes me to make one massive score is usually an hour. It takes me an hour to make a 30-second video. And Markiplier, technically, a 30-minute Let's Play could take him 30 minutes. Sometimes he has to make cuts, sometimes he has to do edits, stuff like that. But like, whenever I was doing Let's Plays, basically the time it took to make the Let's Play was maybe slightly more than it was to record it. Because you record everything at the same time, and then you render, but if you render a video with the video and audio together, you don't have to watch it render. You just let it go, and then you go get a sandwich or something. Let's Plays are very low effort, but high volume content. It's very easy to make a bunch of Let's Plays. If I wanted to, I could very easily put out 2 30-minute Let's Plays a day. But I don't do that because I don't think people want to see that. I occasionally do Let's Plays, but nobody really wants to see me do that. As I can tell from the, like, I don't know, 80 views a video will get in a week. So that's why I titled this video, YouTube Read the Dream is Dead. It's literally impossible for me to keep making content the way I have. Like, even if I was more consistent, I know I haven't been that consistent the last few months with the depression and the job and looking for a job and stuff. And I have an interview tomorrow, so hopefully that'll go well. But if I was consistently putting out a massive score every day with an occasional vlog or something, that's not sustainable with YouTube Red at all. And even the people that do put out big content, at the end of the month, YouTube tallies up numbers, and what you actually get paid for 45 days later. So it's October 29th when you're watching this. I recorded this the night before. On October 29th, there's a couple days left in the month. On November 1st, whoever, I don't know if it's a team or if it's just computers and a team or whatever, start figuring up all the views and the numbers and ad views and stuff for the month of October. YouTubers will get paid for October in the middle of December. So with YouTube Red launching right now, and November being a free trial month, so a lot of people are going to be on it, no YouTubers are going to know how much it affects them until the middle of January, which is ridiculous. And many people have pointed out that YouTube probably knows November and December, because so much of YouTube content is gaming content, November and December are the biggest months for games. So they put out YouTube Red right before the busiest part of the year, maybe so people won't even notice if there's that much of a dip. Just because if you compare October to November's numbers, November always goes up. With YouTube Red, it might still go up, but not as much as it would have if they just would have left the system alone. Um, I don't know. It's only good for YouTube. Like, it's great for YouTube because they're assuming no risk. It's Google. They have billions of dollars. YouTube, I think I was looking at something. YouTube doesn't actually make any money off YouTube. Like, they kind of break even the way that the system works and their servers and all that stuff. But even with this new service, they've tailored it in a way that they're going to just keep going the way they have been. But the way it's going to affect big YouTubers, they won't know for months. And YouTube doesn't know either, but they don't care because that's them. The one good thing they are doing is that even though November is a trial month and people don't have to pay for their subscriptions, um, YouTube is still paying the creators out as if people were paying for YouTube Red right now. So I guess that's good, but the way that it's great for YouTube is nothing's really changing for them. Literally for them, it is just, it's just flip flopping where money's coming from. For big YouTubers, it's just so questionable, and it's like a mystery of how good or bad or amazing or terrible it'll be. Because it won't be neutral. It won't be just, oh, it's the same. That's not going to happen. And the ones that it hits, it really doesn't hit me the worst, or any small YouTubers the worst, because obviously we're still at that point where when we make videos, we do it for fun. We're not doing it because it's our livelihood. So it obviously hits the bigger YouTubers harder. But it hits us in a way where we start to think, well, now YouTube as a career ever isn't even possible. It's not going to happen. It just can't now because, like I was saying, with the stuff I put out, it wouldn't work. Even if a bunch of people watched it, I'd have to get, with 30-second videos, I'd have to get like PewDiePie numbers of subscribers for me to probably make like 25 grand a year. My mouth's getting dry. All right. Also, we don't have a 7-Eleven where I live. I have no idea how I got a double gulp cup just up in my cabinet for some reason. So, all I can say is, don't get YouTube Red. I mean, I feel like, watching a 3-second video before a channel you like isn't that big a deal. I used to use AdBlock, and then right up until they gave you the option to whitelist certain YouTube channels, because it used to only have it's been a while now, but it used to only let you whitelist entire websites. But then they let you whitelist specific YouTubers. I did that so I could support some, and like, as messed up as it is, there's some people that I watch on YouTube that I'm like, you don't need my money. I don't like you that much. I'm not gonna give you my money. Last thing I will say, I made a promise a long time ago not to monetize my videos. I have mostly kept that promise. There are some videos that I've had copyright claims on, so whoever owns the copyright put ads on them, and I can't control that. There are some videos, my top 3 most watched videos, I have monetized just because since they're big, there's always that chance that they'll be rediscovered and blow up. And I'd rather monetize that, especially since the first Ouya video, it got like 300 and I think like it was at 307,000 views before I was even able to monetize it. That would have been nice money. It would have been okay money. So yeah, I have those 3 monetized, and I don't know if this is going to change anything. I got an email from my partner that I'm with, Maker, whatever, assuring me that I didn't have anything to worry about and that I would be automatically enrolled in YouTube Red. Isn't that great? What's really funny is I saw, I think it was Yeah, Nerd Cubed, he's with Machinima, and whenever they asked him to sign a new agreement for the YouTube Red thing, uh, it actually said in the agreement that if he didn't agree to the new terms with YouTube Red, they were going to just privatize all of his videos. So it's like, either go with this new system that you have no idea how it works, or we're just gonna turn off your channel, basically. So a lot of people, I'm betting it wasn't just him. I'm betting a lot of people got steamrolled into it. So yeah, it's bad. YouTube is historically bad at explaining things, at announcing things, and they're just bad at supporting the people that helped build them, as can be seen by their ridiculous copyright system and copyright detection system and all that stuff. It's really bad. YouTube, like, it sucks that YouTube is like the only viable option that a lot of people have. So yeah, I that's all I really wanted to say. Let's see how my hair looks. Fantastic. And I'll see you guys in another video pretty soon, probably tomorrow, because since I have a job interview today, I'm gonna let you guys know how that goes. I'm gonna start recording now.